Hey, what's good, everybody? Hopefully you guys are all well. Obviously, today is December 1st, right? First of the month. So I wanted to do a quick little past, present, future reading for the collective, and then if anyone hops on and wants me to pull a card for them, I'll do that. I found this deck too. That's why I was like, I had gone to look for decks, and I was like, and while I was there, I just remembered that there's this deck that I really like that I haven't seen forever, and then I found it. It had kind of fallen behind. Whoa, okay. So the past was good. Celebration, teamwork, dedication, project. So that was the past energy, right? Interesting. I'll probably just pull from all these I'll use these three decks. Let me see. So past. So that's one of the things, right? There was past Queen of Swords, huh? But this deck's a little different. That's why I like using it, right? Queen of Swords, 38, the god of the hope of all the earth. Wow. Ritual and ceremony can acquire all the treasures of heaven and earth. Man, so this is celebration, right? It seemed like a very, Queen of Swords is usually very like bam, right? Kind of no BS. Can seem even cold, but I like with this card, there was hope. There was a purpose to the work, right? There was a purpose to the teamwork, all this stuff, right? Interesting. So that's the past. Let me pull one from this deck. Let me see. What other past energy? Kind of wanted to see if the same cards came out with these three different decks. That's why I was like, let me use these three tarot decks today. Oh, wow. So this one also came out the past. So there was a lot of intelligence. There was teamwork, there was purpose, and there was like a lot of divinely guided kind of things happening, right? Interesting. For some reason, I wasn't expecting that. But all right. Interesting. Okay. Like there was leadership. There was just a goal, and people were on board, right, with the goal, right? It seemed, which makes sense, I think, right? Maybe even during the holiday. I mean, we're still in the holiday season, but maybe people were just being very cooperative. So now what's the present energy for the collective? So in the past, it looked like things were, yeah, let's see. Did that energy stay? That focused energy, purpose energy, teamwork energy? That's what I'm getting from the past, right? Someone taking, whether it was multiple people doing their part, right? Leadership, seeing the big picture, right? Third eye. That was the past energy. So what's the present energy? Wow, rest. Wow, what was there something that was overloaded or something? Balance, truce. What does that mean? Having to take a break. Interesting. Having to take a break. The throat chakra. Seemed like something was going all in, but then having to take a break. That's pretty interesting. That's the present energy. Truce. Having to take a break. Four of Swords. Let me see. What else is the present current energy for the collective? Wow. Interesting. The Hierophant. Wow. So truths. Hierophant, right? Having to take some time. The merciful God. Look at 9. 9 is the endings, right? Hierophant. Haziel. Look at the lion. Oh, I think that's kind of like the world, huh? Maybe something. The 9, right? Something completed. Even though it's the Hierophant. But the way that this is coming through, right? With the wings wrapped all in. Like, and it is the cold season. So that's funny that, like someone just wrapping up in their blankets. Look at divine forgiveness. Wow. Divine forgiveness obtains friendships and favors of the great, secures promises. Divine forgiveness. I could smell the sage. I had lit it. I thought it died out and it's still burning. That's funny. Divine forgiveness. So what happened? But nothing came out right here that there was conflict with. I mean, unless you look at it, the Queen of Swords is kind of. But there's nothing I feel negative about. There's just things happening. How things had to happen, right? Interesting. Divine forgiveness is interesting, right? Because, wow, my whole gut's lighting up. I don't know. That feels interesting. Let's see. Divine forgiveness. Taking a break. Okay, what else? The current energy for the collective. Man, what happened? Did people fight during? Well, this kind of continues from I don't know, leadership. See, it feels like that was kind of the theme from the past. Maybe some of you are having to take a break. Maybe someone else kind of stepped into a leadership role, right? King of Wands, leader, center stage, controlling, focused, possessive, magnetic, independent, bold. Leo energy, right? The sun. Looking to the future, right? Could be that, taking a break, but at the same time looking towards the future, right? Just taking a break. Okay. So now let me see what's coming to the collective. So in the past there was cooperation, teamwork, but I felt that there was some kind of leadership things. There was a vision, right? Working towards a purpose. And then okay, let me clarify real quick before I move into the future, right? Did something happen where the break, what is it, just overworking, or was there okay, let me use this deck. Did something happen? I don't know, as I split the deck, it's a 10 of cups, so that's interesting. Did something happen, or is everything all good? Did something happen from the past? Teamwork, cooperation. That Queen of Swords. Wow, and the Queen of Swords came out again. Responsibilities. I think just truth, right? Sometimes the truth of things can be a heavy. Wow, my whole gut's lighting up. Maybe there was just truth that, sometimes. See? In this case, this energy's coming out immature, right? Like the page, right? Pisces energy. And the Queen of Swords. So I don't know. Maybe there was something here, right? It's really strange because here it's the King of Cups, right? Pisces again, but this is a little more uh mature as opposed to immature energy. But the Queen of Swords came out twice, right? So yeah, there was something where after that there's a recovery from it, right? Maybe the Queen of Swords spoke some truth that someone didn't want to hear. Right? The third eye again. right? Very, right? Knowledgeable, very sure, speaking with responsibility, right? No time for the pages foolery, right? Look at it, almost looks like when you I know it's like a little headpiece, but it almost looks like I know because the Pisces has the fish, right? But it looks like they have fishes over their head or something when you look at it real quick. So I don't know, there was something. Maybe in trying to get something done, you know, the the Queen of Swords spoke harshly. You know, and it doesn't have to be those exact signs, but there was something where the Queen of Swords had to speak some truth, and the Pisces, you know, reverted to the immature thing where they just did, yeah, something like that, right? And then there's a recovery truce, and there's a divine forgiveness, whether it's from the Queen of Swords towards the, like, hey, we got something, we got a goal to do here. Whether it's the Queen of Swords, it's okay forgiving the Page of Cups, or it's the Page of Cups, trust, like, probably starting to listen to their, maybe it was a wake up call, starting to listen to the intuition and understanding that there's divine things at play. And yeah, so the divine forgiveness towards understanding that the Queen of Swords, it wasn't nothing personal, right? Hey, Devon, good morning. How's it going? I'm doing a past, present, future. Right now I'm on the future, right? What's coming for the collective. So, yeah, just, I mean, a quick recap in case you just tuned in is like, I don't know, there was teamwork and then something happened, right? Everyone had a focus. Something happened. There's like a recovery phase, truce, everything, but someone still sees the big picture. And now we're seeing what's coming, in the future, right? That's like the collective message, right? So, what do we have for the future for the collective? Oh, okay, good. Ace of Swords, right? So, new beginnings, new plans. So, maybe after whatever the purpose was, right? And there was leadership too, there was focus, there was, you know, something everyone was working towards, then something happened, right? Which is normal. And then, there's plans which can lead to whether it's success in money or just success in completing what the mission is, right? There's a lot of that energy, that the new ideas. Now people, sometimes that has to happen, right? A tower or something didn't necessarily happen here, but there were people's feelings hurt. There was all kinds of things happening here. With someone that was very guided from like divine energy to speak truth, right? And sometimes the truth could come out very harsh, but it's not in a harsh way, right? It's just the truth. And sometimes the truth cuts, right? The truth cuts deep. That's why they showed the truth here with the sometimes the truth needs to be spoken. It's a responsibility, you see? Oh, it says responsibility. So, let me see. So, what else do we have coming for the collective? Whoa. Uh-oh. Man, okay, so that's interesting. I mean, it makes sense, right? With new ideas, new plans, sometimes some people they get nervous, right? So I think this is good that it's coming out. So in case anyone is stepping into anything new, they don't put themselves in a mental prison, right? It's almost like with relationships, right? The theme of people self-sabotaging. So don't self-sabotage with things, right? Don't have the fear of moving forward. Mental prison, fixation, fear, anxiety. Hands are tied, mental chaos, right? Your hands are never truly tied, right? Like I think in the other, right, in the other deck, the right? The Eight of Swords. I think it's the one where she can wiggle out of the binds, right? Like she's really not stuck there, right? So let me see. I'm using these 3 decks just in case, to see, like, and sure enough, right? Like the same card came out in 2 of the different decks, so that kind of drove that point. Let me see. So any other message for the collective, for the future? Whoa. Wow. King of Pentacles. So it's gonna be a whatever everyone's focusing on, right? Whether it's teamwork or you branch off, and I still feel like a teamwork kind of thing happening here. So collectively, right? Or whoever's connecting with this King of Pentacles. Lehahaya. 34, the gentle God. Obedience causes harm. Obedience causes harmony and peace. Calms anger in anyone. Wow. So maybe there'll be someone, right? Like in the current energy, it was this King of Wands leader, right? Focus. So maybe that'll be the same person, right? Holding a group together, calming the anger in everybody, saying, hey, we got a goal, right? Let's not fight amongst each other. Kind of thing, right? King of Pentacles, right? Focusing on the big picture. So maybe it is going to be something that's going to be financially rewarding, right? Because the King of Pentacles came out. So, or take it how it resonates. I don't know. My heart kind of lit up. And I know money's, I didn't know that till not too long ago, right? That the money is tied into the heart chakra, right? And obviously it's green. So my heart lit up with that. So I think, people will feel happy once the goal is accomplished and money starts rolling in, right? So that's pretty interesting. So let me see. I guess, yeah, I know I hopped in a lot earlier today than probably the other days. So, I mean, I don't know if you had a question, Devon, or, I could start to close it out here. Let me see. Yeah, I wanted to do this past, present, future because I hadn't done one of those, I don't think, for the lives. So, let me see. I feel called to use this one. And especially since it's the first of the month, I was like, all right, let me see what's coming for this month of December. Let me see. So, to close it out with the Sacred Forest. Oh, wow. Today's your first day of work. Congratulations. Yeah, that's how exciting, right? So, yeah, make sure you don't get in your head for sure. Make sure you don't get in your head. Just know that, obviously. I don't know if you're already familiar. Just have strength, right? Like, know it's your first day of work. But, solar plexus, standing, the solar plexus is all about standing in your truth. Right, when you start something new, obviously it's going to take some time to fully adapt or whatever. But I say you go head strong, right? Hey, Brittany, good morning. Hopefully all is well. Yeah, so, yeah, just have the strength, or know you have the strength already, right? Obviously, in this card, she's playing with the lion, right? Like, very comfortable. So you have the strength already, right? It's not about, you have the strength. You just got to remember, right? It's going to take, but you'll be all right. I feel like you'll be all right. So that's good. I like it. Yeah, Brittany, I was doing, past, present, future, because I hadn't done that in a live before, so I did it already, right? It was just a theme of kind of people for the past. It was like there was a group working together, a collective working together, then there was something that happened, but well, you can rewind it, right? And so for the future, it looks like what was the future ones? Yeah, like new opportunities, just for the collective not to get in their head, right? A lot of things like that within the group, anyone could decide if that's the role they choose, right? Of leadership or being the peacemaker within the group, all that good stuff. Yeah, yeah. I don't think I've been on here too long, but unless you have a question, I was already gonna start closing it out, right? Because today that's kind of, I wanted to just focus it on that, right? Since it's the first of the month and all that, I wanted to do a past, present, and then like what's coming up, right? So, oh yeah, so it looks like a prosperous month too, right? December. It looks like, and I think my heart and my gut lit up, right? Like there's an opportunity, right? If people are working towards, yeah. Monroe, go ahead, ask a question. Whoa, okay. Wow. See, I like it because the Ace of Swords came out with you know, with the new plans, new beginnings, ideas. I mean, new ideas, new plans, and then for the closing out one, it's number 20, Frog Spirit Renewal. And for the current energy for the collective, it was, like the Four of Swords, right? Obviously, truce, taking a break, all that stuff, right? Even see the throat chakra, and it says no. It's like not even speaking, right? Just you know, recovering, really. So it's interesting. How do your coworkers view you today? Okay, let me see. What deck should I use? All right. Let's see. This is a different deck, but if anything, I could pull one from the other one too. But let's see. I had forgot about this deck, and I had gone to get another one, and I remembered. I was like, wait, I haven't seen this deck in forever that I really liked using. Wow, wow. Two of Pentacles usually is right in the other one, but look at in this one, God sustaining everything. Wow. So do they see you like the glue that kind of holds things together, right? Calm. Are you someone that's good under pressure and all that? Look at fortune and fame fulfills any request. Oh, wow. I mean, you take it out, you know. Do they see you as a people pleasing kind of person, or is it more like they know that you're dependable, right? They can ask you for things and you'll do it, you know? Which, is a good thing, but as long as obviously you got to set up some kind of boundaries. So, I mean, I don't feel nothing negative from it. So I don't think that just for you, I guess, yeah, it's okay to be that person, right? That dependable, as long as people don't take advantage of you. I guess that's all I'm gonna say. But that's me just putting my 2 cents into it, right? But I mean, it looks like they see you as someone that's dependable, that right, very calm. It's okay, you don't lose it. But you could tell me, I don't know, maybe you do lose it when things go crazy. But according to this, that's how they view you. Who knows? Let me know if that resonates. Hey, Ascending Universal Butterfly. How are you? Hope all is well. Ah. To pause and then respond. Yeah, yeah. Speaks. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, Ascending Universal Butterfly. What's your question? And happy Monday. It is Monday, huh? Wow. You're not a people pleaser? Wow. Okay, then. So do you hold things together then? Are you calm under pressure? I mean, it doesn't say people pleasing, right? So that's kind of, it's just someone that, well, you say you're not a people, but I don't know. Maybe that's how some people, maybe, people, it doesn't matter what people's, um, maybe some see you as, oh, this person's dependable. Maybe there's some that call it people pleasing, right? You don't have to take on what others put on you, right? It doesn't matter. But I don't know. That was your question, right? So this is the card that came out, right? I mean, I know this deck is a little different, right? I don't know. Are you someone that juggles things? Because in the regular tarot, right, the Rider Waite, Two of Pentacles is the person that's juggling, right? Something made me use this deck, so maybe they wanted that different message, right? Because if not, then you're either someone that juggles things that can't make up their mind, or you're someone that sustains things together, right? That can that people could depend on, right? I don't know. You tell me. Let me see. Oh, just general. Okay. Well, let me pull from this deck. Okay, so just a general for ascending universal butterfly. Okay, I'll get to that one right now. Let me see for. That's funny. General. So is there something for ascending butterfly that? Because it's funny. This came out in the other. I was doing like a past, present, future. So is there something that you're feeling your hands are tied with? Ascending universal butterfly? But obviously, the whole thing with this is that your hands aren't really tied, but is there something you've been feeling your hands are tied with? Cuz that's funny. That came out in with the other deck, right? The 8 of Swords, and now it came out again with this other deck. I mean, you are part of the collective, right? So maybe there's my gut's lighting up, so I don't know. Let me know if that resonates. I mean, just general, I guess. You're waiting on something? Is that what it is? Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, well, yeah, when you're waiting. Yeah, obviously it could feel like your hands are tied. So, um, yeah, yeah, so that makes sense. But there's always other things you obviously, right? We don't have to just wait. There's always things we can do, I guess. Sometimes while you're waiting, you could start doing something else, right? I don't know why I was just shuffling for you, and I don't know if maybe there is something good coming. My gut lit up. So, hmm. Wow, my gut lit up like big time. So that's crazy. I don't know. So I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a good outcome, whatever. Yeah, because I wasn't even thinking, right? Like it just I was, and it just popped up, and my whole gut lit up like a Christmas tree. So that was interesting. So I don't know sometimes, but in the meantime, while you're waiting, you can always do something else, right? Let me see. Ask a question. How do your coworkers view you today, Tobias? Okay, let me see. I'll use this deck then, since it's Tobias. Whoa. I'll definitely clarify this one because I don't know why this came out. Are you going through something like, because the death card came out, right? But like, did you go through a heartbreak or something? Are you, because the heart chakra? That's why, or Or what is it? Have you been complaining about the job? Are you talking about leaving the job? What? Why did the death card come out? So I obviously we got to clarify that one because that's just interesting. Are you doing like? Do you or do you do anything unhealthy at work or something like? Um, like do they see you smoking a lot or drinking those energy drinks that'll kill you, kind of things? Why would that? Oh, okay. All right. There, I was getting alarmed there. All right. So the heart, yeah, because that stood out then. Okay. So okay. So it wasn't about the job. Just they saw you as going through the heartbreak then. Okay. Yeah. It's okay though. That's it's been a theme, right? Relationships ending. It's a 9 year things that had to happen, right? New things are gonna come in. It's just the way it is. Oh, you're welcome. Um, Ascending Universal Butterfly. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, so the heartbreak. All right. Yeah. So let me see. Did anyone ask another question? Oh. Oh, let me see. What did you say, Brittany? Oh, you had a. Oh, the two. Ah, maybe it was like a premonition. That was. Oh, okay. A watch pot. I never heard that before. Exactly. Exactly. It's always something wasn't meant for us. It wasn't meant for us. Okay. So let me read. Unless anyone has another question. This one had came out about the renewal, so that goes perfect too, right? With the whole death card that came out, right? Because obviously this came out as a closing one for the collective, right? The renewal frog spirit. Maybe we're all those little frogs at some point, right? Ready to turn into something, right? Maybe take some time to bask under that full moon. Look up at the moon. Wow, did I really just open it straight to that page? That's crazy. I think I just opened the book and it was right there. Frog spirit renewal. A large golden brown frog sits heavy on a lily pad in a still pond as a warm, sleepy dusk dissolves into night. Its deep s- som samura? What? I don't know what so a song reverberates through the rising chirps of crickets. The chorus of the frogs is ruckus and joyous, seeming to echo loudly in your soul. A gaggle of tadpoles lurks at the edge of the pond, hidden and safe, waiting with expectant patience until their metamorphosis occurs. Wow, see, kind of like the waiting thing, right? Waiting for the metamorphosis. That's crazy. That's interesting, right? The frog's three stages of development, egg, tadpole, fully formed amphibian, symbolize renewal, resurrection, and transformation. This card speaks of a profound restoration of your life that is occurring. It's never too late to begin again. If your past was less than successful, remember this: what has occurred does not need to mandate what will occur. You can start out fresh and new. However, if you do what you have always done, you will get what you've always gotten. Wow. In order to reboot your life, you need to do things in a different way. Abounding good luck is activated and awaiting you. Reflect on the varying symbolism of the frog in different cultural traditions and see if any meanings resonate for you at this time. In ancient Egypt, the frog symbolized birth and rebirth. In certain Native American traditions, frog medicine is healing by virtue of its transformative life. Ancient Celts believed frogs represented healing because of its connection with water and the way that it transforms from tadpole to adult. In China, the frog is a powerful symbol of prosperity, healthy childbirth, and good luck. The spirit of the frog says, be willing to release any preconceived notions of how life should unfold. This is a time to be adaptable, be willing to change. Abundance and good fortune will follow. Wow, I love it. That's beautiful. I love it. And I don't know. It's funny that it's the first of the month, right? It looks like a lot of us went through some kind of death and rebirth transformation during Scorpio season. Because I certainly did, right? I certainly did. Let me see. Have you ever had? Who are you asking? Are you asking me about the dreams? Brittany, or who were you asking? Can I know how? Oh, how they? So you want to ask about your work? Let me see then. Okay, how do they view your work ethic? I think I could put these up. Let me see. How do they view your work ethic? Hold on 1 second. Yeah, that was my first thing, right? When I was little, I started having premonitions and stuff, and so yeah, for a long time, I never asked anything. It just all came. I mean, for a long time, really, like that was my first thing, right? Having the dreams would come true, no matter how crazy. Sometimes it was like symbolism, right? And sometimes it was very dead on, right? Names, everything, right? Like, so yeah, the dreams, yeah. I always pay attention to my dreams. I know a lot of people, like I'll tell them and they'll be like, oh, your subconscious is trying to process something. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I could dream of, like, it's that crazy. Like, I could dream of a unicorn and people, obviously someone will try to interpret that. But then all of a sudden, a car with a unicorn on it will pass by me, like, before the day ends or something, right? Like, just crazy stuff, right? So, you know, but it'll come true in some way or another. Well, right here, it seems like you're someone that, like, you jump into opportunities, or are you someone that try, like, you, like, do you kind of volunteer for stuff? Like, if someone's like, oh, sometimes they'll say, oh, who wants to do this? And everyone's like, or whatever. Like, I don't know. It feels like they see you as someone that'll do the work, right? Like, you're not shy of work. For example, there's a lot of people that don't, like, I'll stay for all the overtime in the world, right? And so I don't know if you're that kind of person. Like, hey, I'll take the overtime, or I'll do it, right? Like, you take advantage of the opportunities, right? That's kind of what I feel is, you know, or you'll get the job done, or I mean, it feels like that's what's going on here, right? And I'll just throw this out there because it popped in my head. Some people may not like that, right? There's people that, but when people hate on things like that, it's just because, like, they're not. I felt bad. I'll just share this story, right? Like, when I started this new job, um, I was in a department, just me and my manager, and we had an 8-hour shift, and I'd finish all my work in 3 hours, right? I was just like, boom, 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 boom. I would just charge. And then I'd be like, what else do we do? And he'd be like, oh, just take a nap. And I was like, how the hell am I going to take a nap for 5 hours? So he had become a pro at, he just, the job, I mean, really, that's all it would take, like 3 hours to do everything we had to do. But he'd milk the clock for like 8 hours. And then I could tell I made him look bad, right? So he didn't like me because of that. So I don't know, that's one thing. But if people don't like you because of something like that, right? So some people are gonna like you, some people aren't gonna like you, right? Because if you're that kind of person that charges, but I would choose the work ethic over people liking me. They want to play the game and be lazy, or all that other stuff, right? So I don't know if that makes sense. Let me know if that resonates. Let me see. Brittany. for the cards. Yeah, absolutely. Well, on that note, hopefully, things resonated. Thank you all for your questions. I think I already said in the last one, hopefully you all had a good Thanksgiving, whether you celebrated or not, or. Um, okay, cool. Glad it resonates. Yeah, but thank you all for your questions and everything. I'm gonna go do some me time, right? I'm gonna get out to nature. It's been calling to me, and I kind of been lagging it, so I'm gonna go spend some time in nature. I'll let you all know how that goes. Um, and yeah, on that note, I'll end it there. Thank you so much.